to the app anywhere. In your room, by the pool, at the
And Brad Paisley just really needs his beauty sleep.
Conan, I just really need my beauty sleep.
Maybe really expensive boat, like a yacht.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. You know, you'll hear people say we're like a family, but here at the Lackey Law Firm, that's really true, not just a saying.
I'm Justin Lackey. With my father and my sister, we have a special connection to each other.
I'm Jennifer Lackey. At the Lackey Law Firm, when we take on your case, you become part of our family. You really do.
And we'll always do whatever it takes to get everything you deserve.
If you're injured, you worry about getting well, not about paperwork or insurance companies or figuring out how to get to your lawyer's office. I'll come to you.
We worry about your case so you don't have to.
When you've been injured, we know that your case is probably the biggest thing going on in your life. More important than almost anything else.
And it's important to us too, for one simple reason. Family takes care of each other, and at the Lackey Law Firm, we'll take care of you.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for their 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers their members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite leagues, including college football and the NFL. They've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest European slots, and their live dealers are waiting for you at the tables. Sign up at BetUS.com and use the promo code WZZN. That's BetUS.com and the promo code WZZN.
Football season is here, and as always, the best place to catch every game is downtown at Humphreys Bar and Grill. Humphreys is celebrating by bringing back their game day football specials. $2.50 Miller Lite, Yingling, and now $3.50 Yellowhammer Gold Pints. Anytime football is on. Live music continues every night with 5 o'clock Charlie, and don't forget about brunch on Sundays with Microwave Dave. The best place to catch all the games all season long is Humphreys Bar and Grill.
This is Wes Neighbors talking to Chris Haygood of Bob Wallace Appliance. Chris, what sets you apart from other appliance dealerships?
Wes, these appliances are going into the most used room in your house, your kitchen. The way we have these appliances displayed, it's easy for you to visualize how they'll look in your home. Wes, what sets us apart is the people. They're well trained. In fact, they live and breathe these appliances. And if you need service, you'll really appreciate our parts department.
Contact Bob Wallace Appliance at 256-533-2121.
Organizations using Salesforce know how powerful the platform is and how much time, money, and headaches it saves if it's set up right and you know how to use it. Let's face it, Salesforce is complicated and time-consuming to figure out, and a lot can go wrong now and down the road without expert help. That's why most Salesforce users work with an implementation partner like Higher Echelon, so they get the absolute most out of their Salesforce investment. Higher Echelon is a 5-star Salesforce consulting partner who won Salesforce Military Hiring Partner of the Year. President Dr. Joe Ross is retired Army who played and later coached for the cadets. He puts that experience to good use at Higher Echelon, where they pride themselves on hiring veterans. Look, not all Salesforce partners are the same. Don't put your company at risk by going with an inferior partner. Higher Echelon is the trusted partner you can count on to get you up and running and seeing returns on your Salesforce investment in a fraction of the time it would take if you go it alone. Go to higherechelon.com. That's HIGHERECHELON.com to learn more. Go higher and go Army.
Yankees, Sunday at 7 Eastern on ESPN. Telecast presented by Taco Bell.
ESPN Podcasts, no matter what you're a fan of.
Welcome into the Fantasy Focus Football Podcast.
Hollywood mogul McConaughey.
This is Paul Feinbaum. That'll do it for me today. Coming up next, The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This hour is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
It's Tuesday, so we are saddled up here at, where else? The Furniture Factory Bar and Grill, a long-time sponsor here on the drive for as long as we've been on the air. Appreciate the fine folks here at the Furniture Factory and being such a loyal partner here with us on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Monday Night Football, technically we had 2 games, but did we really? It felt like combined, we had like a game and a half. Maybe a full game? Maybe 1 full game?
The Titans looked awful. The Bills look good. But how much is that of the Bills is the Titans making them look good, you know?
Yeah.
They made so many mistakes in that game and just
4 turnovers.
I just can't do it. I mean, hit the quarterback looks off the safety and throws it to their linebacker. A lot of good that did.
That's a problem.
But
one person who had the game of his life, though, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts looked like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
26 of 31, 333 yards. Did throw a pick, but that pick went off of his receiver's hands.
Can't do anything about that.
It did throw a touchdown pass, ran the ball 11 times for 57 yards, and scored 2 touchdowns. So responsible for 3 scores.
Well, you just watched the game. He's in total control. He is the franchise quarterback of them, and he will be for some time. He puts a lot of pressure on you. And it's hard for a guy. I don't need to carry two guys into the end zone with him. It's hard to, DBs have a hard time tackling him, so he's so big.
Yeah.
So he presents a lot of problems you don't normally get.
And the Vikings,
just amazing how he's developed.
Yes.
But, a lot of people gave up on him when he was a sophomore.
So right now, who you taking in terms of just everything in their career starting right now?
So, okay.
Jalen, Tua, or Matt?
There's so much. They're all 3 so different.
Yeah.
They really are.
What order would you have that in?
I really don't. I mean,
considering health issues, I would lean, and I realize he just threw 6 touchdowns. I would lean Jalen, Mac, Tua. That's how I would rank it. Yeah. Just on health issues.
But he's healthy. I mean, he's not hurt right now.
Correct.
I mean, he threw 6 touchdown passes. Who are you putting around me? Right now, I think Miami's the best team.
Yes. Followed by Philadelphia.
But never count out New England either. I just think, they're 3-0 this week. They're 5-1 total.
How about that?
I mean, that's just,
How about that?
These 3 quarterbacks were in the same room in college. Unbelievable.
Yeah. So, I played for you some Jalen Hurts yesterday from the Rich Eisen show. There was actually a story, and it's pretty well documented on this show. Do you remember the hit in Oxford, Mississippi?
Yeah. Well, he took one in preseason.
Well, I'm talking about at Alabama.
Yeah, I know, but he took another one like it in preseason. The guy's tough as nails.
So, Jalen had a story about reuniting with A.J. Brown, who was an Ole Miss Rebel.
Right.
But they were friends at that point in their collegiate career. Here is Jalen Hurts on the Rich Eisen show.
Yeah, I actually have a funny story for you.
Okay.
So we're playing Ole Miss my sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
The previous year we came back, went to Oxford, came back. I got knocked out right before halftime. I got right back up, and then we started coming back. It was 24 points, I believe, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
A great game. Ended up coming back and winning. The next year, Oxford, Ole Miss comes to Tuscaloosa, and this is like a primetime game on Saturday night. And they want their revenge. They're rolling on the offense, Ole Miss is. I mean, it's a highly anticipated game. And I'm talking to AJ all week. Now, usually I don't talk to my friends during game week. But I'm talking to AJ all week, and he's like, yeah, man, I don't think they're going to play me. I don't know if I'm going to play. I'm like, dang, well, get better. You know, as a friend, get better. You know, take care of your body, do what you got to do. And now in the back of my mind, I know this guy. And I'm like, there's no way this guy's not going to play. So Saturday night comes, and, you know, skilled players run off on the field for pregame warm-ups from Alabama, my guys. We run out on the field, and I'm tossing the ball around. We're warming up. And out of the right tunnel from my view in Denny Bryant, AJ comes walking. AJ comes running out with his arms out wide, kind of, you know, I don't know. It was a scene, but he comes out running, hyped up to the music. They're playing Jay-Z. Allowed me to reintroduce myself, and I think that's a funny story. So he comes out and he ends up playing in the game. Of course he does. I see him running out of the tunnel, and I'm like, oh, well, look at this guy. He lied to me. And then I think we beat him like 60-something to 3 years. Yeah. A lot to a little.
A lot to a little. By the way, it was 66-3, just for the record.
It was? I remember that.
66-3.
Was it A.J. Brown that didn't chase the guy when he intercepted it?
I believe that's right.
That was the coming out party for the walk-on DB who caught that ball and took it back. He was at the Bills and left. I think he might have made a strategic error.
Levi
Wallace, yeah. Guy from Arizona, walk on. But a lot of these guys have ties to the university you don't think about.
I'm amazed at just watching NFL Sunday Ticket on Sundays and spotlighting player. They were spotlighting Dalvin Tomlinson this weekend on NFL Red Zone. It is amazing how many former Bama players are just playing pivotal big roles in their NFL teams.
I know. Well, I mean, they don't even talk last night. You had Jalen Hurts, but the starting right guard was the center, 2000 Mac Jones center, and he played awesome in the game. Anyway.
Coming up on the program today, in hour number 2, it has been a while since we've caught up with Coach George Henshaw, and he is going to join us coming up in hour number 2. Plenty to talk about with the coach in hour number 2. And speaking of coaches, Jack Crow, the former head man in charge down at Jacksonville State, and certainly ties to that Auburn program as well. Coach Jack Crow is set to join us. And speaking of Auburn, here was the report today from College Football Live surrounding the Auburn football team.
Well, Joey, for every offense that scores 41 points, you've got one defense that allowed it, and Auburn allowing 41 points ties for the most points it has ever allowed at home against a non-conference opponent, and that's since the SEC was founded in 1933. College football senior writer Pete Thamel joins us now, and Pete, Brian Harsin clearly on the hot seat, but just how hot is it?
Well, Wendy, ever since February, when the university began an investigation that was completely unfounded into Harsin, there has been an inevitability to his tenure ending at some point this fall. It's a $15 million question hanging over Auburn because he owed $7.5 within the first month and $15 total in buyout. There's not a lot of optimism anywhere that Brian Harsin is going to survive. The first step Auburn's likely to take is to name an AD. They named an interim, and Rich McGlynn, the compliance officer, who was promoted to interim earlier this week. So the next step for Auburn comes as a when does Harsin go, not an if.
Those guys aren't always right, but I'd have to side with them on this.
That's Pete Thamel on the report, by the way.
I mean, I think it's a huge error to find for the end of the season, though.
Well, especially with an interim athletic director.
Look what happened to Nebraska. Why don't they wait? What was the impetus to make them? I mean, right? If he done something bad, you fire them, right?
Yeah.
With cause, though. Instead, they fire them without cause.
$15 million.
It's stupid.
I believe getting your house in order, meaning getting the athletic director in place. Listen, we all know hiring a football coach is a big deal.
That's what happens at most schools. At Auburn, this athletic director hired his coach, and the guy never had a prayer. I mean, how's he supposed to recruit when everybody's talking about how they're going to fire him in the spring? He never had a prayer because he wasn't their guy.
Yep.
So they just need to. Who needs an athletic director? What does that matter? Just get who they want so they'll be behind them. Maybe have half a chance.
So don't hire the athletic director first.
No. What for? It ain't going to be his.
Tennessee
it is not
certainly
going to be his decision anyway.
Tennessee certainly did that. They went out and got Danny White. And
they got Danny White because he knew they could get the guy they wanted to be the
Heupel.
coach. Yeah. So maybe that's not what. Maybe that's what they need to do. I don't know. I just don't think it's automatic. I mean, it's. If Auburn isn't careful, they're going to do it. They're going to become Tennessee.
And not present day Tennessee.
No. Well, I mean, Tennessee's what 3-0. I mean,
yep.
I think they're going to end up 4-0. I like Tennessee. I said they'd be good before they.
You like them against the Gators this weekend?
Yeah, they're 10-point favorites.
Well, just because they're a 10-point favorite
doesn't matter.
If you'd like to be a part of the program, you can most certainly do so. 256-576-4977. Full 2 hours here today, but we are going to walk you up to some Braves baseball coming up later on this evening as the Braves are at home to the Washington Nationals and continue their winning ways. And while we're on a minute on baseball, tip of the cap goes to Kyle Wright. 19th win last night for Kyle Wright, and he is getting dangerously close to be a 20-win pitcher in Major League Baseball. So kudos to the Buckhorn product, and he is certainly, what a story that is for Kyle Wright, who has turned himself around. I want to say he started 11 games before he won his first game. There was a lot of up and down between AAA, Gwinnett, and the majors, and quite a few pitching coaches as well, and looks like he's finally getting it right because what a season he has had.
Yeah, it's like everything. You work hard, you can get better, right?
Yep.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
How many people said, including a lot of people on our
go
station.
ahead and tell him. Go ahead and call him out.
No, I'm not. I mean, that said that, he needed to play running back or
roll it right and throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, roll right, throw it out of bounds, right?
Yep. I will still never forget being at Mercedes-Benz, the SEC championship game. Tuya goes down, and Jalen comes in and wins the SEC. I realized the whole team did, but
those guys made each other better.
Yep.
That's what it's supposed to be like. So
that was such a cool story.
It really was. I mean, it's just.
I hate that it was at the expense of the other team there on the field, but it was a cool story. Clark Lee spoke with the media today, the Vanderbilt head football coach. I did not know this. His first SEC game at Vanderbilt when he was a fullback was against Bama.
Well, this is a little known fact, but my first SEC start was against Alabama. It was at home, and I was the up back on the 15-yard line, and whoever their special teams coordinator was smart because in game planning for that game, this was my, I think third game of the season. They circled number 29 on the 15 and said, we're going to kick to that guy. And I was kicked to twice. I think I had a 10-yard return and a 24-yard return, both of which I was met by Coach Johnson halfway off the sideline. He was not pleased that his fullback was returning the kicks. But listen, AJ is there's no stage too big. I mean, he's shown it from the day he set foot on campus, the first practice, the first workout. I mean, he's going to learn a lot, and he's going to have to grow a lot, and there's going to be, mistakes made, because anytime you're playing a freshman, that you're going to expect them to learn on the move. But I'm excited for him. I know he's excited to be the starting quarterback here, and so for him, it's not a matter of where we're putting the ball down. It's his focus on his job and what he can do to facilitate offensive performance, and I have a lot of trust in him in doing that.
A.J. Swan is who the coach is talking about, the freshman quarterback.
Averages 17 yards for a fullback, isn't bad.
Not bad. Not bad. Circle number 29.
Yeah.
Circle number 29. Let's talk to JR from Athens. Has a question for Wes. How are you, JR?
I'm doing very well. How are you guys doing?
We're good. We're good. It feels good out here on the patio.
I want to pay Wes a great attention and he told you so, because there was a couple of years back, Wes Neighbors, you came out and personally said, who would you start when Jalen Hurts was a true freshman, and you came out and said, I would start the true freshman. And you have been right on point every time, Wes.
Well, thank you for saying that, but yeah, I don't know about every time. But
is that a question or just a pat on the back?
I like it. I'll take it. I hope my wife's listening.
My question is, Wes, everybody's up in the air about Georgia. And have you looked at Georgia's schedule? Where's the strength of that schedule at? Georgia's going to look good against a Missouri. They're going to look good against a Vanderbilt in the East. Where is Georgia's? I expect Kentucky to maybe give them a game, but you at least thought that South Carolina would have showed up and played. And yet, Beamer gives a bunch of excuses. Our guys are toughing it out. I mean, you played amongst 90,000 and you laid an egg.
And then he give themselves a chance to win the game. So the team's going to beat Georgia. Georgia's going to have to help some until they get into the big boys, right? They're going to have to help. And but you can't go for it.
I'd say Oregon. Oregon they did beat a ranked BYU team over the weekend, so that win looks better through 3 games.
I'm going to say this: I think Georgia right now is the best team in the country. I don't think they have the most talent.
What's that, JR?
They don't play anybody that can stand a chance to beat them, Wes.
Well, I mean, because that'd be. Well, I think Alabama does. Tennessee does.
Kentucky.
I mean, they turn the ball over. They got to get to the quarterback, and people got to play to win. Well, I remember
they're making this little miracle quarterback who should probably have a story written after him. He pushing him out of Doug Flutie, but they're not even the best in their league. Yes, they won the Natty last year, but they can't say they won the SEC championship because they didn't.
Correct.
Well, I'll say this: they're a good team. I mean, I've watched them. They're very polished right now.
I don't dispute that.
Yeah. They haven't played anybody though. Oregon, the first-year head coach, they ate his lunch. I mean, they're just sufficient on offense. What I think's funny is they talk about all these players, these recruiting and this. The best two players on Georgia's team, other than the tight end, are a walk-on quarterback and a walk-on receiver.
Yeah.
And he's not impressive. He looks good against a bunch of nobodies, but he's not impressive. I'm not impressed with Stetson Bennett.
You're not?
Man, I think he makes a lot of plays. I do. I got to say, I watch him, and he makes a lot plays. Makes a lot of good decisions. I think he'll go to the league. I think he'll be in the league. I think I don't think he's going to be a high draft pick, but I think he'll go to the league and he'll be somebody's second or third team guy because he can go out there and run and complete passes.
If Chase Daniels can play in the league for 10, 15 years, he reminds me of a Chase Daniels type. Of not making too many mistakes.
But he's not going to be a number one pick. I mean, he knew that. And
was Chase Daniels a first rounder?
I think he was. I don't know that.
I'll look it up.
I get
what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I expect them to mount the floor with Tennessee because it's in their place. It's in Georgia. Kentucky might try to play them a game. Maybe the Gator Bowl, it might be interesting. But after that, there's nothing until they see Alabama.
Well, it's true. And
Georgia Tech, that's going to be funny. It's a rival game, but that's
Georgia Tech's awful. Yeah.
Who do they play? Of course.
By the way, Chase Daniels undrafted.
Undrafted. I didn't know that. Yeah, so, I get what you're saying, but it is what it is. I mean, I've heard all these, Florida beat Utah. I mean,
Utah beat themselves.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's part of it. Then that's what Georgia's going to have to do to lose the game, is they're going to have to beat themselves.
They're not going to lose
unless they get people hurt. Yeah, unless they get somebody hurt. Well, Alabama has to work to get better. Yeah,
they'll have enough luck to beat Florida at the Gator Bowl for the cocktail party, and Tennessee comes to them. It'll be a 40-point shellacking.
It's hard.
Well, JR, I'm here to tell you, as a lifelong dog, I can't tell you any Georgia fan that immediately puts a W in Jacksonville, Florida, in that game, no matter what the year is.
Georgia have to help a lot, so we'll see. I mean, you could be very well right. I can't dispute that you could be right. That's for sure.
And for the record, to all Georgia fans, out of much respect for them, because we have a tremendous ton of respect for Georgia and their recruiting, Alabama's going to receive everybody's best shot week in and week out because that's who Alabama is. As an alumni there, they're going to see everybody's best shot. Georgia did not get South Carolina's best shot, but Alabama would have gotten their best shot.
I just don't think South Carolina's that good.
Yeah.
They're not.
I tend to agree.
I mean, I don't think Arkansas is that good. I think they're good, better. They're winning, but I don't think they're that. I mean,
JR, appreciate the phone call.
Ole Miss is the one that scares me, really.
Let's go ahead and take our first time out. Coach Crow is going to join us later on here in hour number 1. We'll also hear from Coach Henshaw in hour number 2.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Do you know that your car or truck or SUV may be worth up to 30 or 40% more than it was last year? It's true. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and now is the perfect time to trade in and trade up to a gold certified or blue certified pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or crossover. While our new vehicle inventory continues to build back, our Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicles are nearing 100 models to choose from, and a good variety too. Woody Anderson Ford Gold certified vehicles are 6 years or younger with less than 80,000 miles and have passed a 172-point inspection by factory certified technicians. They have a 14-day, 1,000-mile money-back guarantee, a great comprehensive limited warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and go home with full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Get nearly a new ride and none of the worries. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan Spartman. Hope to see you soon.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
What can you expect when you shop for a firearm at Bullet & Barrel? Expect great prices. We specialize in quality over quantity. Expect great service. Our professional sales staff is never pushing. We won't talk you into something that doesn't fit your needs. You have the right to make a smart, informed decision. Expect Bullet & Barrel, Alabama's only 5-star indoor shooting range, to support you after the sale. Bullet & Barrel, 3252 Lehman Ferry Road. Like or follow us on Facebook. Come see us soon.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
Chapman Commercial Realty, your source for Alabama commercial real estate. Chapman Commercial Realty has the experience and expertise you're looking for when making commercial real estate decisions. If it's office space, retail space, investment property, or project development, Chapman Commercial Realty is your answer. Call Bill Chapman today at 256-656-8413. That's 256-656-8413. Or find them online at chapmancommercialrealty.com.
Hi, everybody. Eli Gold here. Right now, indoor air quality occupies top-of-mind awareness for families and business owners. Rick Smith and the trusted professionals at Environmental Comfort Systems can take care of your indoor air quality concerns with their state-of-the-art indoor air quality solutions. Environmental Comfort's indoor air quality systems remove 99.9% of airborne contaminants so you and your family can breathe clean, fresh air. If anyone in your family suffers from allergies, or if you just want the security of knowing the air you breathe inside your home is free from viruses, bacteria, pet dander, dust, and odors, Environmental Comfort Systems are the professionals to call. Environmental Comfort also carries state-of-the-art, high-efficiency comfort systems that increase home comfort, keep humidity in check, and help you save money on your energy bills. Give my friend Rick a call or visit them online at envcomfort.com and breathe cleaner air today. Environmental Comfort Systems, Alabama license number 92314.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at woodyAndersonFord.com with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
Back here at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill, we are roughly 10-ish minutes away from talking with Coach Jack Crow, and plenty to talk about with him. Let's squeeze in a phone call, shall we? Elijah is on line 1. How are you, Elijah?
I'm doing good. How are y'all?
We're doing well.
Good. So I was just wondering, because against better teams, it's going to matter more. Of course, like Alabama's supposed to do what they did to Louisiana Monroe. But what I was wondering is, why has Bama had a problem like pushing the ball downfield this year? Is it play calling? Is it the offensive line? What is it?
I think it's a little bit of everything. I think with Coach Saban, if you listen, he really tells you the problem.
We talked about tempo yesterday.
Well, tempo's helped them because they don't have time to think.
Yeah.
I think they hadn't been consistent, had consistent offensive line play like they do really, like 4 guys. Like you see a guy I see him block a guy 5 yards downfield and the next guy will not do his job or whatever. They had trouble getting up to the second level in Texas, which means you block the down guy and then you go up to the linebacker. And then, you've had drop passes. You've had the quarterback who has held the ball sometimes. He holds the ball sometimes too long trying to make a play, which in the long term helps you. I think it's just little things with the new receivers not being on the same page with Bryce because they haven't played in a game together. And, a lot of they're reading routes. And when you got, I think Texas, Coach Granville broke that game down perfect.
He's on tomorrow, by the way. Yeah. He's in Montana. He told me that, anyway, he's on tomorrow.
So he broke that game, and they weren't ready for that because they're young receivers. So they think they're reading a route, and all of a sudden the guy does something different because they're reading them. That doesn't happen much. So I think it's a lot of little things. But you're right. They'll look smooth on one drive, and the next drive it looks like they hadn't practiced at all. And that's just little things, though, because the pieces are there to be good. And if they can keep from getting any key injuries, I think you're going to see a lot more of 84, the tight end that caught that touchdown pass. I think he's going to be – I think he has a chance to be not as good as the guy at Georgia, but not far behind him.
And then I was going to say about Stetson Bennett. To me, he looks a lot like Mac Jones did at Alabama, where he's got a good enough arm to make every play, and he kind of just does the right thing all the time and doesn't really get your team in any trouble. And then you've got a great defense at Georgia, so he doesn't really have to deal with coming back from behind in games. It's kind of just all front running. I think that's what a lot of what you're seeing with Georgia.
Thank you, Elijah.
Exactly.
Appreciate the phone call.
I've seen him come back one time. That's going to be the deal. You get one of the game where the ball bounces funny, a couple mistakes. That's the only way Georgia's going to get beat. Put a little pressure on them. And Tennessee might be able to do that, and possibly Florida. But other than that, not many.
Coach Saban on that up-tempo offense yesterday.
We have been an effective tempo team. That's something that's been good for us. It's something that we work on, that you really got to get the players to, get up and down, get ready, and go. I think, Bryce likes it when we do that. I think it's also beneficial when we spread the other team out and do that. So we just got to keep working on it and hopefully continue to make it an asset for us in the future in terms of how fast we play and how we execute.
That is Coach Saban.
So the problem you have with tempo is you don't want to get in a scoring match where your defense gets worn out, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's why you got to manage tempo, and then everybody say, well, why don't we run the ball? You can't run. It's hard to run the ball with tempo.
You agree, Jen?
Always.
Got to run the ball with tempo.
Always.
Hard to run the ball with tempo.
I certainly would never disagree with y'all. So isn't that the right answer?
Yeah, that is a great answer, Jen. Maybe the best answer you said, or the best statement you said since you asked Tom Abraham, what do you do?
What do you do?
I'm never going to disagree again or ask what you do. How are y'all?
Good. Jen here with us from the Furniture Factory, and certainly knows how to cook a chicken.
There you go.
Happy
Tuesday.
There you go.
It's Tuesday. It's hot out.
It is hot,
it's
man.
Happy
What
hour.
happened? Yeah. But it's cooling off now. They got the big
the power fan with the breezer with the water. Doesn't that bring it down a notch?
That's what you see out on the NFL sidelines.
Mm-hmm. Aren't those nice?
Yeah.
I swear it.
You're live.
That's right. Yeah.
The whole time. He looks like he just came off the beach after he went through the mister.
I mean, right? Kind of makes everyone glow.
Yeah, a little bit.
There you go. We've got an exciting week, though. We've got some great bands. It's a great week.
Who do you have?
He took my cheat sheet. Oh, me. I can hardly pronounce some of them. You know how some of them have these funny names?
Oh, yeah.
So
Secondhand smoke's really tough to pronounce.
Oh, shut up. And they're a great little band. Aren't they? Do you like them?
Oh,
He's good. He kind of does all the ones we hum to. He sits on that box and kind of thumps away. Have you seen him do that?
I have not.
You know that has like a box, and you sit on this box, and you just kind of thump, and he sings and thumps.
Like a painter's.
It's really kind of cool. And he does all the 80s tunes that we all know, so we kind of end up singing with the thumping and the singing, and they're great.
So let's go from Monday, because we used to do Mondays, and we helped start Steak Night.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, years ago, and they still Steak Night. So tell them what they're getting for Steak Night.
Oh, our Steak Night is every Monday night. In fact, we're known for that, and I would wager to say we've got the best steak in Huntsville. I really don't say that lightly.
Yeah, so
we do.
But they got the best $10 steak. How much is it still $10?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's like $11.50 dinner.
$11.50 now. Yeah. That's not bad.
But that's a full salad bar.
Yes. Yeah. And those are hard to find these days.
Right.
I mean, when was the last time you went to a salad bar?
The best mashed potatoes you can have.
Yes, because they're homemade.
And the dressing's homemade. It's really good.
Yes.
We don't talk about it because we're coming on Tuesdays now.
You're exactly right.
And we help kick off Pedro's Messi Fiesta every Tuesday.
Because it's his birthday.
That's
every
right.
Tuesday.
But steak night, you can't beat that.
No, you can't.
I can't even make that at home for that.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
And it really is good.
It's a great night. So we have Monday night steak night, Tuesday night's Mexican, right?
Yeah.
Wednesday night, we're still kind of doing a little bit of our country thing. Let me think. Is it secondhand smoke?
Yeah, she's getting better.
So we love that. Okay. But we always have tall boys on sale.
There you go.
That's right.
So we always
$4 Fireball.
Don't you like those? Okay, so those are good. All right, then Thursday night we're going to do our bike night as usual. Everybody knows about that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's old news.
So, but bike night ends here
real soon.
in October, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And I want to say
With
our
a
grand
time change,
finale.
right?
Yes, and we're going to do a big fish, not a fish boil. No, not a clam boil.
Crawfish?
That sounds about right. Something shrimp boil. How's that sound?
Cajun broil.
Yeah. Like one of those with the potatoes and the corn and all that. And
There
a
you go.
big old thing on the, out there, and everybody kind of cooks, and you grab your bowl and off you go. I think we're going to end it with that.
Okay.
And I mean, we've had Fusion Barbecue, which has been fantastic, but I bet everybody will look forward to a shrimp bowl.
There you go.
Something like
Absolutely.
that.
Something a little different for the
Yeah.
kids.
So how
For
about
the
this
end?
weekend?
This weekend is fun. We've got reunions this weekend, so we're going to have a lot of people, local bands. We got Groove, we've got Night Train, which is Guns N' Roses. So it'll be a great weekend for bands. That sound good?
Yeah,
sounds
Love
great,
Child loves that. I know he loves some GNR. I do too.
Yeah, well, it was funny though. They put GNR on there, and I'm like, what in the world does that stand for?
Oh, come
Girls'
on.
Night.
Well,
Anyway,
it depends on.
Guns N' Roses. Oh, okay.
I
That's
think
our
Axel would
weekend.
probably answer that way too, but
Oh, it's going to be a great weekend here at the factory.
Absolutely.
And, Alabama football on Saturday.
There you go.
We have a free
What time's
buffet.
the kickoff?
6:30.
6:30.
Okay. Well, we do like our free buffet in the afternoon. We always shake it up and do it a little different every week.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all come on here and eat, bring your friends, drink, watch the game.
And Auburn kicks at 11, so you could have lunch
Yes.
here, enjoy.
Yes.
Makes
And
it a
we
lot
do-
easier when they're. Yeah.
Yes, we do
They
our
play at different
afternoon
times.
buffet.
you
So
go.
everybody come on. We'd love to have everyone.
Thank you, Jen.
Thanks,
You're
Jen.
welcome.
Let's go ahead and take our final time out. Speaking of Auburn, we will talk some War Eagle on the other side. Coach Jack Crow set to join us. We will be right back.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Do you know that your car or truck or SUV may be worth up to 30 or 40% more than it was last year? It's true. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and now is the perfect time to trade in, trade up to a gold certified or blue certified pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or crossover. While our new vehicle inventory continues to build back, our Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicles are nearing 100 models to choose from, and a good variety too. Woody Anderson Ford Gold certified vehicles are 6 years or younger with less than 80,000 miles and have passed 172-point inspection by factory certified technicians. They have a 14-day, 1,000-mile money-back guarantee, a great comprehensive limited warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and go home with full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Get nearly a new ride and none of the worries. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan Spartman. Hope to see you soon.
If you're anything like me, you're ready to say goodbye budget stress and hello fall style. That's why I went to Kohl's, where I not only got an extra 15% off, I also got styles from Sonoma Goods for Life for under $9, clothes for my husband from Apartment 9 at just over $10, and boots for less than $43. Or you can save more with a Kohl's card. So if you want more style and more savings, you know where to go. Select styles, 15% offer on September 25th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Not looking or feeling your best? No energy for the things you like to do? Ready to look and feel younger? Make your appointment at Advanced Life Clinic, one of the region's foremost destinations for patients interested in looking and feeling their best. Specializing in advanced laser treatments and weight loss, male and female rejuvenation to offset the effects of aging, and more. See how Advanced Life Clinic can help you enjoy your life again. Call 256-882-6555 or log on advancedlifeclinic.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
Waiting was such a mistake. That's one of the things we hear most after we've successfully treated one of our patients for erectile dysfunction. At the Huntsville Men's Clinic, we want you to know first and foremost that waiting is a mistake, because the longer you wait, the more difficult it can be to treat your ED. Using what you've got is important, not just for your relationship, but for your overall health. There's some truth to the phrase, if you don't use it, you lose it. At the Huntsville Men's Clinic, we'll fight for your ability to consistently perform without the anxiety that so many men experience. In fact, you might even find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. We only treat ED and low T at the Huntsville Men's Clinic, and we've successfully treated many men with protocols that are effective in nearly 90% of cases. We also have the full complement of treatments, including acoustic wave therapy, so you get the one that works best for you. So don't wait. Make an appointment. For just $99, you'll get a medical consultation, blood work, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call today, 256-368-0333. That's 256-368-0333, or go to HuntsvilleMen'sClinic.com.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed precision overhead garage door service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked their reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision overhead garage door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision overhead garage door service. Call 256-400-4500.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A beautiful afternoon across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee, but it is definitely going to be hot. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 90s under a mostly sunny sky. Dew points are going to be hanging out in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Going to feel a whole lot like summer across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Temperatures only drop into the upper 60s and lower 70s through the overnight early into your Wednesday morning. Wednesday's essentially going to be a repeat. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 90s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Listen to Buckhorn High School football all season long.
Landrum down near the goal line, and he's in for the Bucks touchdown.
On 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Well, on that subject, Buckhorn is at home on Friday. They'll welcome in Guntersville, and we'll have that coverage for you Friday night. Austin Coletti filling in for Tom Abraham as Tom away on some personal business, giving away a daughter.
Yeah.
She is getting married on Friday.
I think this is the last daughter. Yeah. I mean, when you have 9 kids, you don't think about that kind of thing.
Let's head out to the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, talk a little college football with our next guest, as Coach Jack Crow, kind enough to join us. How are you, Coach?
I am good. How are you guys?
We are doing well. Do you want to start with Auburn or end with Auburn? Your pick.
wherever Wes wants to go. I do this to Wes.
Well, let's just start with Auburn.
All right.
So, Coach, you were of the belief kind of that they might have a chance to be a pretty good, and this year surprising people, and they still might, but it doesn't seem like anybody else believes that. What did you see Saturday?
I didn't see anything that would encourage me to believe that, there was 8 wins in this season. That's, where I've sort of thought the line was.
So, to me, you watch the game, and they had 4. You can't beat a good team with 4 turnovers.
No. But it was a lot more than that, Wes. I think you're being respectful. I'm not sure. There's a lot of ways you can look at the game. One is the big gap in talent. Big gap in talent. The other is the will to win. And I don't know. The fourth quarter to me just, of course, the scoring margin was, when you're building a program, you don't have to have the most talent. And Harsin, he's even he's put himself in, and said, watch what we do, or however he put it. And, I've been in rebuilding programs, and there was just more, it was just more fight than what when you're really bringing somebody back, I didn't see the fight. I just be honest with you. I didn't.
You say that. I might have said it Monday, but I said it that it looked like to me the crowd started leaving in the third quarter, and so did the players.
Yeah, I watched it on television. I went down and watched the first game and in person. I get invited, to visit from time to time, and I've already accepted an invitation to go down there to the LSU game. And in the first game, the thing that got me is, man, what a great environment. I mean, those fans, those students, that's an electric place. There's not many places where you can go and say these people can do it. I mean, the can is there, but you're not going to do it if you don't have talent. You're not going to do it if you don't have a ferocious will to win. And I don't see either one of those things.
Yeah. So you look at the third and fourth quarter, they just look like a defeated team.
Yeah.
As soon as after the touchdown, the first half.
Yeah. And I don't know, Wes. I can be really critical because I feel close to that situation down there. I always, I was an Auburn fan before I coached there, but I was an Alabama fan too. Just growing up in this state, but I got more of an opportunity, obviously, to be close to that program and the people that, that have shown me the respect of having coached there, identify with them. And, there's not an Auburn person who watched that game that didn't wake up Monday morning with some pain, I can tell you. But I will say this, Wes. It can get fixed, and it can get fixed quick, and they better find some leadership. And I don't mean head football coach. I mean, there ain't no good football coach if they don't get the right AD, I can tell you that. Good football coaches have turned that place down over and over again because they didn't trust the system and the leadership inside of the hierarchy there. You know that.
So, didn't Harsin pretty much, he wasn't the one they wanted, and it seems like this is just when you don't have everybody behind you, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, right?
Yeah, it does. It does. They've just got to get somebody. I tell you what they need, Wes. This is Jack Crow now, and this is worth what you paid for it. And you might as well tell everybody what you paid to get me on here. That's what this is worth. But they need a mile more. That's what they need. They need somebody everybody believes in.
As athletic director, obviously.
Who is that, Coach?
I'm not getting into it. It ain't my. I could say what I think. What I think doesn't mean anything to anybody.
Well, I love Jay Jacobs. I couldn't believe.
Yeah, me too.
Because I know he loves Auburn.
Well, I think that was there too. But you and I both know, Wes, that Pat Dye was, as long as he was there, in quotation marks, that was still the Pat Dye era. In quotation marks. He's not there anymore.
So what is Brian Harsin missing? Is it because he's a quarterback?
I mean, he didn't. The personnel of the team was in trouble when he got it. It would have taken an enormous reversal through various and sundry ways, but I'm not going to be critical of Brian. Hell, I've been a football coach. I've had my butt in a ringer. It doesn't serve any football coach to be critical, and I'm still a football coach. It doesn't serve any coach to be critical of another coach. Brian's going to land somewhere, and win. The word is fit. Whoever is making the fits fit, needs to re-examine what it takes to make the fits fit. He ain't a fit. Would I say there's something wrong with his character, which was crazy, or that he doesn't know football, or that he doesn't know how to lead football players? I wouldn't even come close to saying that. It just don't fit at Auburn, and every Auburn person knows it, whether they want to say it or not.
So who is a good fit in your mind, Coach?
I have no idea. Like I said, it's not my job, man.
Fair enough. But at least, is it fair to say, though, Coach, that if they're not pulling in the right direction, in which is the direction that the coach is trying to lead for recruiting and everything, everything that it encompasses, that this is going to be a vicious merry-go-round until it's corrected?
Yes, but let me, and I'm going to, you want something? This is what I'll tell you this. The guy that hired Mel Malmore, it took some damn guts to pull that one out. A guy at 60 years old that walked off the field as an assistant football coach when his wife had Alzheimer's and just became a fundraiser. And what he did was cause a level of reinvestment in that program that put Alabama so far out in front of everybody else it ain't even close. Auburn can find an age of reinvestment too. But whoever is hiring his athletic director better know what the hell they're doing. And that starts with the president, by the way.
That's a new president down there at Auburn as well.
Sounds like Jack Crow would make a good athletic director.
And let me tell you what, there ain't no way in hell, Wes. Is that blunt enough for you?
Coach, you telling me if Mama called that you wouldn't answer that phone?
It sounded like you left the door open a little bit.
No. No way. I'm 74. If I was 60, I'd still be talking about what's next. I got my hands so full what I'm doing, Wes, and love what I'm doing. But I'm standing. I tell you what, being at that game, I felt the rush when that team ran on the field. I felt that stadium because I felt that stadium before. You know what it's like to fill a stadium, Wes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, and I felt that stadium, and I'll always feel that stadium. Probably don't need to go down there very much because then I start caring and I start having an opinion, and I don't even need to have a damn opinion, But anyway, good luck to the president. I hope he's bold because he needs to be bold.
So, I said earlier in the show, Coach, that just thought that they need to hire somebody that if they're not going to trust somebody, they just hire the guy they want. At least they'd be behind them.
Yeah, very well might be what happens, and not pulling any names out now, but I assume we know the same kind of things as you make those kind of comments. Like I said, I think the real thing that's changed, Wes, and you and I both love Pat Dye. You loved him too, man.
Absolutely. There's no question about that.
And that loving peace, and it was a loving peace. It ain't there no more. I mean, that place, man, it needs some leadership about as bad as anything I've ever seen. And you ain't probably not going to transport it from any name I've seen come up. So, good luck to them.
Well, Coach,
I got something I need to do, and please do not associate my name with anything that I've talked about.
Well, Coach, what teams have impressed you watching this early part of the season, Coach?
The best playing football team I saw was Arkansas. And I almost got their butts beat by their old coach.
Yeah.
But the best playing team I saw, and this was on opening day, but the best team out there is Alabama. I mean, there ain't no doubt about it. Though Wes, it was everybody says, well, that quarterback, I bet you he's not even 6 foot tall, and he's not. But if he'd been 6 foot, he'd probably been sacked by that Texas corner. So,
That's true.
I didn't think about that. You're exactly right, Coach.
But those guys are playmakers, man. They were totally out of sync. So I think Alabama's so far ahead of everybody west. I mean, Georgia's it's nip and tuck a little bit, but they get on the field. Alabama's, they just got more playmakers. Anyway, let's see what happens.
It looks to me Georgia's executing better on offense than anybody in the nation right now.
Yeah, absolutely. They look like they're They look like they're in November. I mean, to me, for Kirby, I mean, how do you sustain it? I don't know how they got that. Maybe they started practicing in May or something. God dang,
Well, it's funny, Coach, and I said this earlier, too, in the show. Their best two, other than the tight end, the best two players on offense are walk-ons.
And that's the truth. Which all goes to tell you now, don't let people think this NIL deal is all that big. It's big, and if you're not playing in it, it'll cost you. But go check the NFL rosters. See how many 5 stars, 4 stars, and 3 stars, and those are the best football players. Go see how many 5 and 4 stars there are compared to 3 stars in the West.
Or 3 stars, I know. They're number one every year.
Absolutely. And so, don't get too caught up in that. The thing that Nick does, I'm a Saban fan, by the way. Their process of evaluation and development and discipline, it's because he has total control. Total control.
Yep,
and
no question.
He is a great evaluator. He knows which ones to pick. I was watching that game last night with Jalen, Philadelphia. Hurt, Tua, and Matt Jones were sitting in the same quarterback room.
Crazy.
Talked about that earlier, too. Amazing.
One was from Hawaii, one's from Houston, and one's from Jacksonville. Now, you call that a goddamn machine or what?
And they got another one coming, I believe.
I heard about that, too. So, anyway, Auburn's one of the issues they have to deal with is just looking in that mirror every day, But I will say this. They could be in this world today, if they got it completely right, they could win the SEC in 3 years because they can crank it. They can, Wes.
Coach, we are right up against a hard break, and we certainly appreciate your candor and your insight as always, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
We appreciate it. Thank you, Wes. Take care, buddy.
That is Coach Jack Crow. Good insight right there from Coach Crow. Coming up on the other side after the Sports Center update, we will talk some more college football on the other side with Coach George Henshaw. That ought to be entertaining as well. We'll be right back. We're live here from the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill.
AVIQ. Who is AVIQ? AVIQ is audiovisual the intelligent way, where we put our IQ to work for your AV needs. With more than 100 years combined experience in audio, video, and automation, our team of experts is dedicated to one thing, helping you discover technological solutions that make your home special. Once you experience a game or a movie on one of our state-of-the-art home theater systems, you may never leave the house again. AVIQ can build the entire system for you or provide the quality components if you're a do-it-yourselfer. But AVIQ is more than just home theater and state-of-the-art sound systems. We offer a variety of control options for home technology. Energy efficiency, heightened security, and improved quality of life are all attainable through the automation of home systems. Intuitive and user-friendly control is our main priority in designing a system that meets your needs. Don't just take our word for it. You need to see it to believe it. Come visit us at our state-of-the-art showroom on University, just east of Jim and Nick's, across from AT&T, or visit aviqhsv.com. WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Steve Lennox. Colorado Avalanche and star Nathan MacKinnon have agreed on a new 8-year deal worth over $100 million. Deal has an average annual value for MacKinnon at $12.6 million. PK Subban retiring after 13 NHL seasons. Same for Zdeno Chara, who is retiring. Chara played for the Islanders, Senators, Bruins, and Capitals over 24 NHL seasons. Buffalo Bills cornerback Dane Jackson, released from an area hospital today, was able to avoid major injury to his neck and spinal cord after taking a hit on Monday night. And the Bills' victory over the Tennessee Titans. In that game, receiver Stephon Diggs, 12 receptions, 3 for scores, and helping the Bills improve to 2-0. Diggs today on First Take.
You got to have 100% confidence, but also it's early. It's week 2. Part of being a good team is you got to prove it week in and week out, and it's something that we look forward to. Last night was another test for us. You know, they have a good defense, a great coach. They got some great guys over there. So as far as like farming our own land and taking it 1 week at a time, it's something that we consistently going to have as far as like with our approach.
Stephon Diggs on First Take today. Buccaneers signing receiver Cole Beasley to the team's practice squad. Beasley was released by the Buffalo Bills back in March. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reporting Celtics big man Robert Williams III undergoing a procedure on his left knee. That's scheduled for Thursday. He will need 4 to 6 weeks to recover. Baseball, first of a doubleheader in Los Angeles. Dodgers 5 runs across in the 8th inning, came back and beat the Diamondbacks 6-5. Yankees about to get underway at home against the Pirates. Harrison Bader going to make his Yankees debut tonight. Bader hitting 7th and playing center field.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
If I'm a Bills fan, I'm nervous because, wait, this is how I want to look at the end of the season. I look like this in the beginning of the season. I need to look like this at the end.
This and more. Wednesday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
97.7 ESPN The Zone. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Back here at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill, along with Wes Neighbors, Steve Moulton back here with you. Come on by. Pedro's Authentic Mexican Feast is up and running for business. Good conversation there with Coach Jack Crow, and we'll head back out to the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline right now. Talk some more college football with Coach George Henshaw. How are you, Coach?
I'm doing great. How's Jack?
He's doing well. Well, he's a little down. His Auburn Tigers not looking so well.
Well, it's a shame. There's such wonderful people down there. It couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of guys. Wes would know.
Coach.
So, Coach, man.
Coach.
Hey,
how are you doing, Coach?
They got Missouri coming up and LSU at home, and it'll be a miracle. Who's going to be the next coach before they play Georgia?
Yeah, that game looks like it'll be ugly.
Well, hey, they got Missouri this week and LSU next week at home, don't they?
Yeah. So they got both those at home. Their first 5 games are at home, and then it gets froggy. Yeah. So, I think they can handle Missouri. I mean, Coach, if you turn the ball over 4 times, it's hard to beat anybody.
Yeah. Well, Finley's supposed to not be playing, I don't think.
Yeah, he's banged up a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. But you're on it there, Coach. But, heck, just look at the Titans last night. They turned it over 4 times as well, Coach. And they
you turn it over, you're going to get beat. That's all it is to it.
No question about that.
So Coach, Florida State.
Yeah.
They've won 2 games really close. So I guess they're 3-0.
Yeah.
The 2 games they've pulled it out. Are they for real? Are they are good coaching or? What do you think?
Outstanding coach. They've got average, in my mind, they got average talent. It's better than it was, but they play together as a team big time. And Mike Norvell and his staff they did a great job at Louisville. Most of the time when you win a game, Wes and Steve, for a coach, you celebrate, but it's almost like a relief. But in the Louisville game, because of the injuries and the way things worked out, and Louisville's one of those teams, they play a lot better at home than they play on the road. And so that was a game where it was rewarding for them to win that game. The LSU game, I mean, that was a relief to get out of that place. And so anyway, they're much better. They're not going to beat themselves, and they're playing together as a team, and that is a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Well, you look around the league, Coach. The whole NCAA. I mean, it's been a shocking year already. Really, one of the things it really puzzles me is UCLA's attendance, and is the Pac-12 dying as we watch?
Yeah. I would predict that they'll be gone in a couple years, because I think the Big Ten will come and get a couple of those teams, at least two of them, Washington and Oregon, and maybe Stanford and Cal. And somebody would sit there and say, "Why would you want to get Stanford and Cal?" Well, if you're a Big Ten team, you want to get those teams because you know you can go beat them. And so that's. And then I think the two Arizona schools, Colorado and Utah, will go to the Big 12, and you ain't going to have any more Pac-10 or Pac-12, whatever it is out there. I don't think. That's how I see it.
So, Coach, are you in favor of the 12-team playoff? How do you feel about that?
I think it will help, certain teams, and hopefully it'll get more of the players to be able to play in the games instead of sitting out. I'm concerned about the players having agents and all that stuff, and all this NIL things, and guys not playing. I mean, we unfortunately are in a me society. And unless you're one of the top teams, these players are getting encouraged by other people that are around them to not play. And that's not good for the game at all.
I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, it's playing the games. I don't understand. See, when people talk about that, I'm like, I can't even fathom that. I can't fathom it.
Here's the problem, Wes. You take in the NFL, Michael Parsons, who's one of the better defensive players in the NFL, he didn't even play his senior year at Penn State. He took the year off and didn't play at all. And Chase at the Bengals, one of the best receivers in the NFL, he took the year off at LSU.
Right.
What did he do? I mean, they really big time hurt their own team. But what happens is that they're able to go to the NFL, and the NFL is not basically punishing them for not playing. They still drafting them high, and once they get there, they end up playing well. And so what happens is agents are sitting there encouraging other kids to do the same thing, which I am 100% against.
Yeah, but in the end, the money's very fleeting.
No, Wes, let me ask you something. When is Alabama going to get them a lineman that can block like you? I mean, they got all these 5-star guys, and they got all these guys that are so big and fast and strong and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, we got to be able to get some better blocking, man.
Well, so what happened to firing off on the goal line as low as you could, right? And hitting them right where they don't like to be hit.
Oh,
right?
I know.
I don't understand that. How do you not get a half a yard?
Oh, you got me. And if it's 4th and 1 out there in the middle of the field, or 4th and 6 inches, you would think you'd be able to get it.
I can honestly say the only time we didn't get it on 4th and 1 is when we ran the sweep. Ice made me so mad.
So you're upset at me for calling the sweep?
You're damn right.
Is that what you're saying? Certain things never die, do they?
He has not kept it at all, Coach.
What are they teaching these kids?
Up the middle if we'd have had a more powerful guy in the middle.
Touche. That was good. So
no, that is not true. You know, I'm just kidding you on that. You and Condon and Rose, y'all would have gotten it.
So, what are they teaching these guys? I mean, they stand straight up. I don't get it. Well, on 4th and 1 inch, a half a yard.
I tell you what, Alabama got Bandi this week, but then after that, you got Arkansas, Texas A&M, and Tennessee. You know, you're gonna have to strap it on, and you know what's interesting to me is that some of these teams are getting out hit. I mean, when it all gets down to it, Appalachian State out hit Texas A&M, and Marshall out hit Notre Dame, and Georgia Southern, they went out there and out hit Nebraska. Now you want to know why you get beat? Well, chances are if you get out hit, there's a decent shot you won't get beat.
Yeah, so I mean, there's no question about that.
And let me say this now, Stephen Wett. In my mind, Alabama got out hit by Texas, and the quarterback bailed them out.
There's a lot of truth to that. A lot of truth to that. I mean, if you don't get on 4th and an inch, less than a half a football. I mean, I don't know why you're in the shotgun though. That drives me nuts. You're on the shotgun, and your offensive linemen stand up like they're going to dance with a guy, get knocked back.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody gets up to the second level at all. Not that you really need to. You just need to have. I mean, I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's like they don't practice it anymore because they don't want to get anybody hurt.
Well,
but we never got anybody hurt.
No. Well, that's part of football, but now it's a whole different mentality of the way they play. They have to give them a day off during the week and all kinds of stuff. But here's the thing: everybody has the same thing, and there's some teams and that are physical, and there are certain teams that will get more physical as the season goes on. And, I mean, you take somebody like, Kentucky. Kentucky is physical now. All right.
Very physical team.
And let me tell you now, not this week, but next week, when Alabama goes up against Arkansas is physical too now.
It's going to be interesting to watch. I mean, I think Alabama found the left guard in this game.
Well, Alabama got three games there. You got Arkansas away, you got Texas A&M at home, and you got Tennessee away. That's 3 games right there where you're going to have to strap it on pretty good on those games.
Yeah, that's the stretch that scared me. But Coach, I don't know if you've seen Ole Miss is pretty good too.
Oh, Ole Miss is good. Ole Miss is good, and Lane is a very good coach. So that one, and you don't know what LSU's going to be by the time you get down to them. Although I'm not fired up about their quarterback. So when the bottom line is, if you have an outstanding quarterback, you always got a chance to win, and if you don't have one, you always got a chance to lose. That's not real complicated.
It really isn't. Usually the best quarterback and best defense win.
Yep.
If you got,
well,
that's usually the case.
You know what, Wes and Steve, the way I look at it is, okay, who has the best quarterback? Who has the best coaching staff? Not just the head coach, coaching staff that puts together a game plan and can adjust during the games. And then who has the best linemen? I'm saying defense and offensive linemen. Because the bottom line is, hey, if you're on offense, you got to be able to run the ball and don't let your quarterback get hit. And if you're on defense, stop the run and go hit the quarterback.
So, in your opinion, who has the best staff in the nation?
I think that there are a fair number of good staffs where it won't be a real difference in that. But I think that there are certain guys that are outstanding play callers. I mean, I think the guy at Georgia is very good. I think Lane is very good. Stark is very good. The guy at Southern Cal is outstanding. Ryan Day at Ohio State is very good. I'm just throwing, some of the people, out there, and Mike Leach thinks he is, and I think he's good. I think he's good, but in my mind, he cost them a game last week. I mean, trying to go for it on all those fourth downs. Come on, you are allowed to punt on fourth down.
You punt to win.
Oh yeah, I mean, go punt that thing down there and play some defense now. Play field position.
Absolutely. I didn't watch the whole game. I watched the highlights, and it looked like to me LSU got better to the second half. They kind of came together in that game.
They did. But also Mississippi State helped them by going for it on fourth downs out there in the middle of the field and not making it. So what happened is they were able to get good field position also, and that was a help too. I'm just not in favor of going for it a bunch of times between the 40-yard line. That just does not make sense to me.
To me, make them go 80.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying, Wes, is that every decision you make is risk versus reward. Well, if you go for it on fourth down and you don't make it, that's a turnover. That's no different than a turnover.
You're absolutely right.
Talking to Coach George Henshaw right now on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Coach, I'm curious if you've seen Tennessee and what your thoughts are on the Vols if you have been watching them.
Yeah, I've watched them. They've got a good. Now there's another outstanding play caller and outstanding coach, and they're doing a good job. But especially offensively, Hypo is outstanding now, and they're playing at a high level, especially offensively, and they can score points now. So and their quarterback is playing very well. So I'm going to be interested to see this week. I'll be surprised if they don't beat Florida and beat them pretty good. But you never know about those Gators, man.
They got a lot of athletes on that team. They look better than I thought they would on the hoof.
Oh yeah, they look fine on the hoof. But you got to have a quarterback.
You got a running back playing quarterback's the issue. And they figured out, it doesn't take these guys long, coach, to figure out what you do well, right? And take that away.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. And if you're one dimensional and you, I'm just not into these quarterbacks that can't throw or they're not accurate throwers or they're not good decision makers and things. I mean, all these running quarterbacks, you wait till about November, they'll all be in the training room.
Coach, if there's one team, if you could only watch one team given on a weekend, I'll open it up to NFL and college. What one team is your favorite to watch?
Kansas City Chiefs. Mahomes.
Simple as that, Mahomes? Or do you like the play calling as well from Andy Reid and the defense as well? And
no, I ain't worried about no defense. I'm looking at it as I enjoy watching top-notch quarterbacks play, and that's why I enjoy watching in Alabama because they got top-notch quarterbacks. You just got to be able to play somebody before you can really tell anything. But I like watching outstanding quarterbacks play and really outstanding play callers.
So, Coach, who on defensive wise? Coach, you were an offensive coordinator at a lot of different places, but was my offensive coordinator at Alabama, and really learned more from him. The other person I learned from more was my dad, and I was around him a lot more. Yeah. So, but other than that, Coach taught me so much about the game. So, who do you like? Who would you not want to go against, or would be the most challenge to go against right now defensively in your mind?
Georgia. That would be the toughest because they've got the best personnel, and they've got an outstanding scheme. I mean, Kirby's an outstanding coach. And they've got good coaches on defense, and they've got outstanding coaches, and they've got great players on defense.
That's a tough combination right there, Coach.
Yeah. That's a tough combination because they got a few guys that you can't block. Well, Alabama's got a couple guys you can't block either. But Georgia would be the one that I see. I wouldn't want to be playing Georgia.
So when they do this, when they do these combo coverages, it's like a man zone, I guess is what they're doing. Right. Zone man. How do you defeat that?
Crossing routes, can give that trouble. And then sometimes when if you have guys on one side and you kind of stack them, and Alabama does a good job of that, of stacking players and then having them run, crisscross type things that have a chance to confuse the defensive guys. That's the problem. You have to be able to get the defensive players to think. If they don't have to think, you're going to have a hard time beating them because most of the time they're going to be your better. They're going to be better athletes as a group, than you have on offense.
Well, if you remember, when Sark was at Alabama, he crossed them up all the time. Mm-hmm. And I just remember watching it.
Hello?
And that's what we're seeing now from this Titans team. So, yeah, no patience, all panic. The only thing that keeps you not panicking as much is that division is so bad that they might still win it.
So there are some other teams, Sarah. The Panthers, Falcons, I don't think either of us had big expectations for them. The Texans, we didn't have big expectations for. But the Colts and Texans are both 0-1-1.
Right.
Are you at a panic level for the Colts at this point?
It's the same thing where, in theory, they could still win the division, but it's looked terrible. So I'm
Log on today, 977ESPN.com. You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner at University Kia, here letting you know we are proud supporters of Alabama A&M University football. Stop into University Kia today and shop our large selection of new Kias, including the all-new Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the stylish new K5, and sporty new Seltos. Visit universitykia.com and view all our great offers and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia today, because we want to see ya in the Kia. Go Bulldogs!
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
Hi everybody, Eli Gold here. Right now, indoor air quality occupies top-of-mind awareness for families and business owners. Rick Smith and the trusted professionals at Environmental Comfort Systems can take care of your indoor air quality concerns with their state-of-the-art indoor air quality solutions. Environmental Comfort's indoor air quality systems remove 99.9% of airborne contaminants so you and your family can breathe clean, fresh air. If anyone in your family suffers from allergies, or if you just want the security of knowing the air you breathe inside your home is free from viruses, bacteria, pet dander, dust, and odors, Environmental Comfort Systems are the professionals to call. Environmental Comfort also carries state-of-the-art, high-efficiency comfort systems that increase home comfort, keep humidity in check, and help you save money on your energy bills. Give my friend Rick a call or visit them online at envcomfort.com and breathe cleaner air today. Environmental Comfort Systems, Alabama license number 92314.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time, or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
I'm here with Stan McDonald of the Stanton Law Firm. Stan, I guess you are the Stanton in the law firm.
Yes, Wes, that's me, and we started the Stanton Law Firm so that myself and 4 other attorneys with me can help clients litigate, negotiate, and creatively solve legal and real estate problems.
Now, Stan, you grew up on a family farm in this area and have made a name closing on houses and land with your closing company, Jacob Title.
I grew up on a farm which used to be in the country. That, plus having closed on so many homes and farms, one of my colleagues started referring to me as a classic dirt lawyer. Now, I didn't know how to take that at first, that tag, but I realized that's exactly what I do and what I am.
Stan, I know the attorneys at Stanton Law Firm are regular listeners, and we plan to have you on periodically. You and I have seen have impacted this community.
Stay tuned, and you may hear about friends like Steve Booker, Clarence Johnson, Thomas Boyd, and even a few of those offensive line hogs like Hoss Johnson, and maybe you remember some other of those guys too.
I remember Clarence Johnson. He beat us one year. He was unbelievable.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Do you know that your car or truck or SUV may be worth up to 30 or 40% more than it was last year? It's true. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and now is the perfect time to trade in and trade up to a gold certified or blue certified pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or crossover. While our new vehicle inventory continues to build back, our Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicles are nearing 100 models to choose from, and a good variety too. Woody Anderson Ford Gold certified vehicles are 6 years or younger with less than 80,000 miles and have passed 172-point inspection by factory certified technicians. They have a 14-day, 1,000-mile money-back guarantee, a great comprehensive limited warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and go home with full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Get nearly a new ride and none of the worries. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan Spartman. Hope to see you soon.
This is Wes Neighbors talking to Chris Haygood of Bob Wallace Appliance. Chris, what sets you apart from other appliance dealerships?
Wes, these appliances are going into the most used room in your house, your kitchen. The way we have these appliances displayed, it's easy for you to visualize how they'll look in your home. Wes, what sets us apart is the people. They're well trained. In fact, they live and breathe these appliances. And if you need service, you'll really appreciate our parts department.
Contact Bob Wallace Appliance at 256-533-2121.
If you're anything like me, you're ready to say goodbye budget stress and hello fall style. That's why I went to Kohl's, where I not only got an extra 15% off, I also got styles from Sonoma Goods for Life for under $9, clothes for my husband from Apartment 9 at just over $10, and boots for less than $43. Or you can save more with a Kohl's card. So if you want more style and more savings, you know where to go. Select styles, 15% offer in September 25th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, "If you take care of old folks and children,